seconds ahead.
Survival of the quickest.
New season, new coach, new team. Don McKee unveils a new look Steelers here in Humberside tonight, and as his players get their first taste of competitive action in a challenge match against the Hawks. Plenty of new faces in that Steelers lineup, and one very familiar one dressing for the home side in the shape of former arena favourite Steve Nemeth. And so the puck drops on a new Steelers season. Now Nemeth, he'll feel he has a point to prove tonight. Nemeth still has the puck. Gets the shot away, saved by Shervin. Well, what a start that would have been. Well, this may be a friendly, but nobody appears to have told the players. Still no score here as Priestley with an E wins the face-off. Shane Henry breaks over the blue line, takes the shot. To Nemeth, great chance, rebound, goal! Steve Nemeth opens the scoring with a goal against his old club. Shervin saved the first effort but couldn't stop the second. And you couldn't have scripted it better for Steve Nemeth. 1-0 Hawks. Widmark allowed to skate over the blue. Oh, wrist shot goal! The Steelers' defence let him get a shot away, and the Hawks lead this one 2-0. A bit of work to do for Scott Allison and the boys now. Courtney fires the puck across goal, Sheffield! Priestley and Allison were causing havoc in the crease, and the Steelers have pulled one back. Oh, another chance for Humberside. Oh, good save, Shervin. Now, let's see if the Steelers can turn it around this period. Courtney breaks down the right. Across to Priestley. That's the equaliser. Great feed by Courtney. And Priestley just had to knock it in. Sheffield on the attack again. That's Hand. To Win scores! T to Win let the first timer go from Tony Hand's pass. And the Steelers take a 3-2 lead. Shervin covers up. Owen Chapman gets involved. Tony Hand's in there trying to sort things out. Well, let Courtney through again. He scores. It's 4-2. Almost effortless from Ed Courtney. Again, it's Courtney. Now Hand. Well, Frank Kovacs is in there trying to liven things up. Steelers come forward again, that's Priestley! Nearly another chance for Courtney there. Well, Humberside are battling hard to get back into the game, but Shervin's having none of it. Oh, chance for Longstaff. And the Hawks build again. Oh, that's a nasty clash involving Wilson, who's furious with Wigmark. He's in to catch the Steelers captain on the knee, and he's far from impressed with the Hawks goal scorer. The officials are sorting things out now, but Wilson is still seething about something. So 4-2 it ends to the Steelers, and a useful first workout for Don McKee and his team here in Humberside.
Well, we expected that we could come in and roll over 4 lines and play with the team, and that's what we did. As you noticed, that there was no preferential treatment given to any player. We double shifted 3 guys in the game because we're short 1 in the forward rotation, but we wanted to see everybody play. We haven't been very physical in practice, so it was most likely my best evaluation to see which players play the game, okay, with the physical intensity that we hope we can. Some of those things surprised me, pleasant surprises, and then you have what you call adjustments, and I've got to go back and change some mental preparation of some of the players so that we can bring them up to that level of physical competition that we needed. Tomorrow night I get a chance to see Manchester and London play, and after watching them I think that I can evaluate a little bit more where we need to come in order to play with the best, and I believe Manchester is going to be one of the tougher teams in the league, and so I'm looking to evaluate ourselves on them.
Like I said, I've been away for a few years, and I spoke to Keith as the summer came along. He says, well, you know, it's sold out, and I never thought much about it, but as soon as I came on, I mean, come out of the car and everybody's lined up and they're all cheering me on, and so it's like old time, other than I'm playing in another league and another team. But it was nice to see them come out and see their team plus me, and I'm overly excited just to be back. I worked this year for Coca-Cola and did a lot of hard work with them, and basically that set me to the position of either I'm going to retire or I'm going to come back and give it a whirl. I had no problems with that. I know Humberside. I knew a bit about them. I like English hockey. I'm not far from Sheffield. My son, my family, they can play hockey here. My son can. So I came back just because I knew the area, and I thought, you know, I want to play hockey. I don't want to pack it in, never have. So we'll see what happens this year, and we'll go from there.
My name's Tim Wright, I'm the ice engineer at Sheffield Arena. Basically look after the ice rink, put in the ice, maintain it during the season. We have Olin Ice, Disney on Ice. From scratch, once the dash is up, which you can see now, the floor's cleaned, make sure there's no grease on it, no tape, bubble gum, stuff like that. The floor's then sealed, a couple of sprays, just to make sure you've got a nice covering ice. It's painted white. Once that's painted white, a couple more light sprays just to seal the white painting. Once that's sealed, you can actually apply your lines and your logos. The lines, we normally use templates or tissue paper lines for the straight lines. The rest are marked out, and then red paint, they're actually hand painted in. For the concert, it's just boarded over. The temperature's normally brought up from -9, -10 up to about -6. That's just to stop any condensation forming on the floor. Then it's just boarded out with sterling boards, it's like a compressed chipboard. That goes straight on top of the ice, and the chairs, stage, whatever, goes straight on top of that. Once the show's been on, obviously because we use like a chipboard, you do get splinters, flakes of wood actually melting the ice. The edges tend to melt a bit. That's just purely because you brought the temperature up and it's not as cold. Obviously any drinks that are spilled fall down the cracks onto freeze onto ice. You can come in the morning, absolute nightmare really, and purple patches, brown patches, yellow patches, and basically you just got to get out of the machine, dry cut, no water, just scrape the top 1/16 of an inch off, get it down to clear ice, and then just build it back up again, repair any holes, any damage. The main thing to look out for is keeping your thickness. Just purely because you go slower around the dashboards, it tends to get thicker. That causes problems when the floor goes down because it doesn't go level, obviously. Around the goal mouths, because that's where most of the action is, and as you're resurfacing, you always turn on the area, so that tends to get thin. So you've always got to keep an eye on your thickness. I try and get everything done like an hour before doors, before the people start coming in. That's temperature-wise. If you do it any later, once the people are in, obviously the people, the lights, it all affects the ice temperature. And if you work on it too late, it doesn't get a chance to come back down again, and you'll end up with soft ice for the game, might start melting. And obviously, the softer it is, the slower it is, it's harder to skate on. So players complain often.
Well, this is where the talking stops and Don McKee's men show us what they're all about. Manchester launching an early raid. Oh, Rob Wilson nearly through there. That Manchester come again. Oh, he's through. Oh, good stop, Sherwin. Now Manchester building again in the Steelers zone. Now Priestley's through, but there's no one there. Priestley again saved. That's Manchester with a chance, and Hoffman scores. 1-0 Storm. Hoffman all alone in front, no mistake. Now, what can Henry do? Henry again, over the blue line, fires in the shot, saved. Steelers looking to threaten on the power play. Finding by Wilson! That's the equaliser. Puck laid back to Wilson, who hammered the slap shot past the netminder. That's 1-1. Now Manchester threatening again. That's through to Morrison. Oh, and it's gone in. It's gone right through Shervin. And Morrison puts the Storm up 2-1. Manchester threatening again. That's through. Steelers looking to build again. Now that's Hand. Tony Hand on the puck. Looks for Courtney. That's there. That's 2-2. Steelers again looking to take the lead. Priestley out, fires in the shot, saved. Now Kovacs, what can he do? No one in support, goes for the shot, saved by Pietrangelo. The Storm again putting pressure on the Steelers' defence. Now chance for Kovacs! Saved again by the netminder. A glorious chance for Kovacs. And the Steelers are through again. Hands free, Tony Hand, but he couldn't be found. Now Tony Hand. Oh, Manchester in again. Oh, easy for Shervin. Oh, it's terrible defensive play. And Manchester are in again here in the Steelers. Allison, oh, there's no one in front. Rob Wilson fires one in, saved by the netminder. Now Storm threatening again. That's Askew, he scored! Manchester take the lead 3-2. Askew right through Shervin. And the Steelers have to come from behind again. Now Wilson breaks over the red line. Over the blue, looks for Priestley. He scored! Ken Priestley with the equaliser. And the Steelers pull it back for a third time. Black still has it. Oh, but nobody could get there. Maybe Wilson. Now Manchester threaten again. Oh, and Tomlinson scored! Manchester have taken the lead for the fourth time. Gets the shot away. Shervin again left helpless. And Manchester lead 4-3. Well, Manchester could finish it off here. Shervin makes the save against his old club. Sheffield desperate to find that fourth goal. Time running out here for Sheffield. Allison with a chance. The puck's loose. Oh, it's gone in! It's gone in! No! No, the officials have ruled it out! The referee is saying that he'd blown his whistle and the goal won't stand. So Manchester get the win, and Don McKee's first game in charge ends with a loss.
We just didn't handle the rush very well tonight. We gave up 2 bad goals that were initially 3-on-2s, 3-on-3s, and we just bad assignments, and there was bad choices made by the players, and so I thought that cost us the game, and maybe a little bit of a change on their first goal, just at the end of the penalty there, missed assignment in a penalty kill too, but I thought we had enough chances to win the hockey game, and we didn't finish very well either in the other end. Well, no, the referee blew it because he lost sight of the play, and I was just commenting that I was hoping that he would move his body into position to try to find it before he blew the whistle, and I thought that was again a call that went against us tonight. I thought that we had 2 games going out there. The first period was a game that he called 3 little minors, and in the last period he didn't even want to call a minor, and I didn't think that the grabs that were made in the first period were any worse than the grabs that were made in the third period, and I guess that's what we would like to see, is some more consistency throughout the game. Things that I expected to happen tonight happened tonight, and I think that maybe the thing that I'm worried most about dealing with, and with lack of experience in the league, is the injury situation, and that's what I think crippled us a little bit tonight. But as far as the way the guys played, the mistakes, I expected some of those tonight early in the season, and we're playing against a pretty good hockey club. And so if anybody's going to force you to make mistakes, it's a pretty good hockey team.
Well, the Panthers won 6-3 in their building last night. Let's see how the Steelers can respond this evening at the arena. Both Laxdal and Beaulieu will no doubt want to impress tonight. Oh, Laxdal strips Robbins, no one there. See to win with a chance. Oh, great chance for Nottingham. Oh, John Wynn with a brilliant clearance on the line. Rob Wilson fires one in. Oh, Tony Hand at the far post just misses from John Wynn. Some good early pressure being applied here by the Steelers. Breaks for Laxdell. Robbins there again. Oh, and we'll have a penalty called there on Scott Allison. Big slap shot comes in. Robbins makes the save. Now it's Kovacs with a shot denied by Robbins again. Oh, and here we go. Kovacs and Beaulieu obviously missed each other during the summer and, well, just having a bit of a hug, really. T to win now, looking to set someone up. Laxdell denied again by Robbins. Now Rob Wilson on a charge. And picks it up, finds Courtney, it's there! Tony Hand found Courtney with a great pass under pressure and Courtney sent a bullet first timer through Robbins. 1-0 Steelers and Courtney's 4th goal in 4 games. Oh, still no way past Shervin, who's looked more solid tonight. Oh, Shervin does well again. Shooter with a chance for a short-handed goal. Stopped again by Robbins. Oh, big hit from Allison on Zukivsky, but the official didn't like it. And the Nottingham player's up, and he's going looking for Scott Allison. Oh, and it's showtime. Oh, Allison with some good hits there. And the officials still can't get in to stop this. They're in now. And And looking at Zukivsky, he could well be regretting his decision.
Penalties against the Nottingham Panthers. Number 1, Jarek Jakuski, receives 2+2+2 for roughing. 91 Nottingham Panthers, 2+2+2 for roughing. Against the All-Sport Sheffield Steelers, 19, Scott Allison receives a 2-minute minor penalty for elbows, plus a further 2+2 penalty for roughing.
Wilson fires one in, breaks for Tony Hand, 2-0. Wilson got the initial shot in and the puck found its way through to Hand, who knocked it past Robbins. Oh, another great stop by Shervin. And another minor scuffle breaks out. Oh, Laxdell tries again from distance. And it's been a much improved defensive display by the Steelers tonight. Now T. DeWin breaks free, swivels. Here's Laxdell. Goal! Derek Laxdell with his 3rd goal of the season and one to cherish against his former club. A glorious turn there by T. DeWin, who fed Laxdell, who scored superbly. 3-0 Steelers. Longstaff looking for help. Gets it from Priestley. Now it's Werter. He's through on Shervin. Oh, another great stop. And Shervin there again to deny the Panthers. Well, there's no way past Sherman tonight, and the Nottingham players are getting a bit frustrated. It's Tony Hand in there with Rob Wilson.
Rob Wilson, a 2-minute minor penalty for roughing.
Now, one last chance for Nottingham to break the shutout. And the Steelers are going to win this one 3-0.
Number one factor I think was most likely important was our own team performance, and I thought the guy standing beside us was solid all night long, and Grant was steady and never put us in a situation that we had to catch up. I thought the best scoring chance they had in the game was most likely early in the period, the first period, and the turnover, and Grant delayed the shooter long enough until he got support behind him. So, that was a big, I thought, a big key play. If there's such a thing as a turnaround in the game, that was it. With regards to that penalty, I thought it was a situation where Scott Allison had to step in. I thought he had given a pretty good check and a physical check down low. The referee interpreted it as an elbow, and I'll buy that. But I thought that when the guy came and challenged him at center ice, he had no other choice in order to fight. And the guys know that I've told them in that situation we will have respect as a team. And I thought that the respect as a team that we can go when we have to go would be there. We're a team that's not going out and looking for that type of play, and we're not going to be known as a team, okay, that goes and gets into those situations. But I had to give Scott a lot of credit. I thought he had to go in that situation, did a great job, and that's one of his roles in this hockey club. They have to see this, that they did some pretty good things tonight, and as a team, I thought we contained them really well in the first period, and that was our goal, give them very little scoring chances, and that was our key, and I thought some of the plays were picture plays. I thought Teeter Wynn just had a great game tonight. I thought his setup of that goal by Laxdale was a real pro move, and he felt the pressure coming and dumped in the open ice, but I thought we started tonight for the first time, started playing as units of five, and I really felt comfortable about the way we did that tonight. That was key. As you know, we rolled our defense over with our forwards and kept them together, and that was our goal tonight, to see how we play as units.
So the London Knights make their historic first visit to the arena, and they're yet to win a game.
But is there any noise from the old-sport Sheffield Steelers?
It's the Steelers who are applying the early pressure. The Knights break away with Gatto to Glower to Flinton. Oh, and the Knights have taken the lead. The Steelers cut wide open in defence, and after 41 seconds, the Knights lead 1-0. Tony Hand fires in the shot, that's saved. Under breakaway again through Flinton. Oh, and Gatto makes it 2. Well, the Steelers stunned by another fine move by the Knights, who now lead 2-0. John Wynn's arriving. The far post. Oh, fine stop by Cavillin. And there's still no way through for the Steelers. Now the Steelers break. Allison through the middle. More pressure here from the visitors on the power play. Oh, London, they could be in here again. It's 3-0. Cooper found Harding, and we could be in for something of a shock tonight. Now Courtney's in on goal. Feet hand goal, Sheffield. Into the 15th minute, and the Steelers pull one back. Oh, Shervin's picked out Scott Allison with a peach of a pass. It's Allison! Goal! Allison with a bullet, and the Steelers score 2 in 45 seconds. Oh, Priestley's away this time. Yes, it's the equaliser. Ron Shudra made the pass. Priestley made no mistake, and the drama continues. Well, there's some concern here over Dungy. It was Courtney who made the hit. So, Courtney's thrown out for cross-checking, and the Steelers have to win it without him. They've still got Chapman, though. Oh, the puck's still loose. Goal! Chapman scored, and the Steelers have turned the game on its head. Cavillin seemed to have it, but Chapman was the first to react. And he brings an astonishing first period to an end. Oh, hammered off the pipework by Glower. Well, I wonder what Richard Uniacke is making of all this on his debut. The puck's loose again, Wilson! Oh, how did that stay out? OT to wins through, just a netminder to beat. Now, how did I miss that? Oh, there's an empty net at the other end if the Steelers can get it. And that's it. The Steelers win it after being 3-0 down and no doubt breathe a huge sigh of relief.
I was trying to focus that this hockey club, if they play the way they can nurse a 1-0 lead throughout a whole game if they want to. And what we were able to do is once we got ahead, we were able to nurse that lead. I think in the second period we gave up 8 shots on net. Of those, I think 5 came in the power play, so we didn't give them much offense. And then the third period, I thought we only broke down a couple times down deep in our own end off of face-offs where they got much in the offense. So one of the things you have to learn early in the year is to be able to play defense and play with confidence that you can shut another team down. And we got off to a bad start, and it was as much my fault as anything. I had them well, I thought, greased and pumped for the for the start of the period, and I thought they wanted to please too much at the wrong end of the rink. And everybody wanted to get the first goal and get in on it, and as it is, we got caught 3 or 4 times, okay, giving up bad 2-on-1 situations. Everybody knows that Mr. Dungy is a very aggressive and defenseman, and I thought it was strictly a situation that he was charging to take Ed out of the play. And I think if you watch the video, I haven't seen it, but they've told me that Ed's stick wasn't high at all. It was at about his shoulders. Remember, Ed's 6'4". The other guy's a big boy, but it looked like Ed got his stick up, and he more or less ran into the stick when he was coming through and caught him. I told the players we're on a roll of 2, and what we got to do is excite these fans by putting a roll of 3 or 4 games together. And I think that's going to be a tough job in this league in order to put 3 or 4 together in a row. And the clubs that do that, those will be the clubs that will be battling in February for the division championship or the league championship.
Well done. Now you're on the ice. I suppose after all the months of preparation, it's nice to actually be here and start the job.
Well, this is where you feel more comfortable on the ice. Naturally, off the ice was a lot of preparation, and as you were heavily involved, the putting together of a team like this takes a lot of work. And but right now, the work is going to be transferred over the coaching staff and the players, and to put together a performance on the ice that the Sheffield fans want, and that's going to be a pretty good performance.
5:30 on a Friday afternoon and 1,300 people turn up to see a new shirt.
Well, it's a motivator factor for the players and definitely the coaching staff. It's definitely a city that is responding, okay, to the type of promotion that they've had through the summertime, the changes that are going on in personnel, and they're excited to see the new players, and they're excited to see guys like Kenny and Tony and them back here and ready to go for another season. When they come out like this, they're very proud of their hockey, and so I think that players have to take that into their accountability with the coaching staff, and right now we have a lot of work to do.
The dressing room seems quite a bouncy dressing room, doesn't it?
It is. It's really bouncing there. It's like a reunion for the old guys and the other guys. The anxiety is a little bit there coming into a new home, but the other players have made them very welcome. But every one of them said, "Coach, when can we get on the ice?" And they want to get on the ice because again, that's when they can start demonstrating to me, okay, why you believed in them and why I'm going to believe in them. That they're the hockey players that can do the best for this city.
Well, you don't hold out much hope for the Pirates tonight against the Steelers side who will surely be looking to fill the net. It was the Pirates who have the first real chance, though. And this Kovacs Longstaff Udiak line looks to have some promise. Longstaff with a wraparound goal. That's the opener. Some good work from Udiak, and Longstaff was allowed time to skate round and grab his second goal of the season. Chance for Peterborough. Oh, great save, Shervin. Kovacs to Longstaff to Udiak. Oh, 2-0. It was all too easy. And Udiak opens his Steelers account. OT to win, steals the puck. That's number 3. Straight from the face-off. Win went through all alone, in on the netminder, and it's 2 goals in 6 seconds. Now this is Allison weaving his way through. Oh, great effort on the backhand. The Steelers attack again with Kovacs. Finds Longstaff. To Uniacki though, 4-0. Third goal of the night for this line. And Uniac's second. That's 4 goals in just under 9 minutes. Pirates now looking to pull one back. Oh, and they have on the power play through Jameson. And you have to say they worked it well. 4-1. Kovacs gilt edge, 5-1. All alone in front, and well, he couldn't really miss, could he? The Steelers set up the power play again with Chapman. To Wilson, fires one, that's the 6th. Rob Wilson had the shot onto Allison's stick to make it 6-1. Pressure again on the Pirates' goal. Kovacs saved Uniacke. That's his hat-trick. Kovacs had the first chance and Uniacke slotted in the rebound. 7-1. That's 5 goals for that line now. Chance for Tony Hand, number 8. Rebound falls to Hand, 9-1. Hand's in for his hat-trick. A straight hat-trick, 10-1, and 3 goals for Tony Hand in just over 5 minutes. Now then, what can Peterborough do about this scoreline? Well, they can pull another goal back. Randy Smith makes it 10-2. Priestley now looking for a way through. Chance for Peterborough. Well, we've gone nearly 13 minutes without a goal. Let's see if Tida Wynn can change that. Yes, he can. Great steal on the blue line by Wynn. And just watch this for a pass. Straight to Tony Hand, and it's 11-2. Longstaff has it now, feeds Kovacs, who scores on the second attempt. That's 6 goals this line has scored tonight. Out of the 12, the Steelers have already racked up.
Number 12 for the Oxford Sheffield Steelers. Second goal of the night for number 12, Frank Kovacs. Goal assisted by number 15, David Longstaff.
The Steelers come again with Laxdell. Shoots! That's number 13. No real power from Laxdell, but the netminder couldn't handle it.
Number 13 for the Oxford Sheffield Steelers, scored by number 33, a young Jet Brubaker, Derek Laxdell. Goal assisted by number 10, Craig Chapman.
Here comes this Longstaff line again. Uniacke, goal number 14. Longstaff again the provider, and Uniacke gets his 4th of the night. Foot braces for hand. Well, what a gift. Shot came in, netminder lost it, and hand just tapped it in.
15 for the Oxford Sheffield Steelers, scored by number 16, 5th goal of the night for Tony Hand. Goal assisted by number 19, Scott Allison, and 29, John Reed.
Well, the Steelers had no Shudra and no Courtney, but it was still no contest.
Different people get up for different games in this situations. I wasn't very happy with Tony Hand's line in the first period. I didn't think they played very well. And I let them know that they needed to change their ways, and then Tony turned around, and the whole line turned around, and Tony especially turned around, and they played really well in the second and third. So that was really encouraging. I thought guys like Kenny Priestley and Derek Laxdell, who come to play every night, had difficulty coming and playing tonight. I thought that they just weren't able to get into it. They weren't intense enough. It was a real competition between Hand and Uniacke who was going to get the last goal, and then that was the rivalry that was on the bench tonight. And we had to keep telling Uniacke that Tony Hand was the godfather over here, that he wasn't, and he was going to be in trouble if he got another goal. Tony even asked me to bench him the last 5 minutes after he got the 5th one, so he would make sure that he didn't end up in a situation. One of the things the guys are feeling a little better tonight is the fact that some of them are starting to score. And but they got to remember that they're going from average goaltending to outstanding goaltending when they go into Manchester.
That's plenty for me.
Right, down to the left. Right there, we'll follow me yards. This one's going 350.
Cracky, stay off the weights.
He's worried about what I remember he'll say. He said it, you know. Hey, come on, just get it.
Sorry, Belly, we're done. No golfing today.
Let's get that on camera.
What'd you do?
Oh, right off the top.
Well, you guys are kidding me.
Hey, he's got the camera on me too.
You can't do that again.
I can't, especially not with the camera watching.
Don't even
Holy shit.
Andrew. Watch your mouth, Andrew.
You look like a man who needs a car.
Eddie, you may as well go back home, so if you don't have shoes, I'm not letting you on.
Can't wear running shoes.
No. Not even those. No, because every golf club in the world now is going back to rubbers. Rubber soled. You're not allowed to wear spikes in half the courses. And they won't let you wear running shoes out here. That's what everything's going back to.
Not Billy.
Her? Belly's like, go ahead.
No fruit or water bottles.
I thought it was his wife.
Can you call that Mike guy?
He's a pro, he's not. She's part of the committee.
Eddie, you all right with those babies off?
Yeah,
Let's go miniature golf, you guys. The less on there.
You guys go first game. Who's up? Oh, you think so? Oh, yeah.
Iron that, Benji.
Nice shot, Danny.
Just let them know that I'm one up on Tony. Okay, hand after 2 holes. Okay, and Ron Shudra is also his partner who's down. Thanks to Andre.
Just got to give you a chance. Give you a chance, you know. Too much. Gotta run.
Good hit. Good touch.
Come on, Julian. Oh, that's big. Oh, the wares are on it? Here? Looks like it. We need a push.
That's it. We're carrying, boy.
Here, take this. We'll walk.
See, Eddie, we're right about this course.